Hello and welcome back to another beautiful day in Bloomfield, Canada. We got all this grass mowed in between, actually I think we mowed the grass in the last episode, but I got it all tedded up, raked up, and baled. And I took everything back over to I'm going to start calling it our yard, over where our sheeps are. I've been busy in between the last episode and this, getting this field all done, and I also bought a thing or two. Once we get over there, I'll show you exactly what we bought. I bought one decoration, and that was a Canadian flag. So now we have an actual Canadian flag up on our homestead. We might be able to see it from the road. For being a Canadian map, I honestly thought there was going to be more Canadian flags around and about, but there isn't, so I decided to put my own down. We are still expecting rain in the forecast, and there's the Canadian flag right up there, just behind that tree. I've also moved a lot of things around. So if we drive into here, it'll look a little bit different. I got a shed put up. A, because we had hay that we need to store, and B, we're getting a lot more equipment. We need places to store our equipment. So I figured this is one of the sheds that actually comes with the map. I actually really like it. It's not a new shed by any means. A little bit of rust on the siding and here, there, and everywhere. It looks pretty good. Baler barely fits. Can't really go any further back, but hey, it is what it is. There's a tiny bit of hay left in the baler, but if we hop in the truck here and we actually go strap all that and strap all that, we got 54,000 liters of hay off that field. We actually got 12 bales, which is a lot more than what I was thinking because we only got 9 off of that field over there. Now we did carry over a little bit, but I think the carryover is about the same that's still left in that baler. But we did cut a lot of extra map grass over on that field as well. So I'm not sure if it actually shows the yield. So yeah, the yield was pretty good. Apparently we missed a strip there for whatever reason. But our environmental score has gone up a lot too with cutting that grass. So I can't complain there at all. That's 70. This one's 80. But we need to put down some fertilizer on this field. And some lime too, I think. This field's alright. But this field could definitely use the nitrogen big time. So that's something that we're going to do today. We also need to get all this hay put away before the rain comes. And the rain's coming within an hour by the looks of it. So want to get the hay under cover. I know it doesn't matter in FS22. It did matter in FS19 with the seasons, and I just made a mess of that. I made a real big mess of that, didn't I? I sure did. What else is new, right? Anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, please feel free to let me know down below in the comment section. I'm recording this episode and the last one right off the back of, so I know in the last episode we actually changed a lot of things, and I haven't had an opportunity to see any of your feedback about those things that we've changed. So it's not necessarily a great thing that I haven't, but it just is what it is, I guess. I needed to get the episode recorded, so that's the one downfall of only having so many days off and can't record a day before the episode has to come out. I kind of got to record them in advance. So I just hope that you guys are enjoying the way I'm doing this series. I know I'm definitely enjoying playing it. If you haven't noticed, I haven't actually put out any other series yet. I do need to do 1 or 2. I gotta do a couple on I'm buggering up my stack here, and see, I did this fine when I wasn't having to talk. And now that I'm talking, I'm just royally buggering most of this up. So, are you gonna get over for me? There you go. I'll fix it, don't you worry. But yeah, I do have the other 2 series that I still need to make videos on. And they're probably gonna slow down, in all honesty, if you haven't noticed already. I'm just really enjoying this series. And part of me, I know, like, some of you are probably still involved in those series and you want to see how they pan out. But as of right now, it's not going to be great content because it's not something like I enjoy playing this save game a lot more than the Organic Farm series and Farmhand. I don't even know if I really want to call it a Farmhand. I literally just called it a Farmhand, so I had a little bit more of a storyline there. And then I go and watch Scroff's Farmhand series, and that's just out of my world. So for me to use the same name as what he was, even though I don't know who started first, I'm sure he had the idea first, and mine does the name no justice at all now that he's been doing his Farmhand series. So the organic farm is what I'm actually just going to be pretty much calling it from here on out. That one, it takes a lot of time, and to be honest with you, this series is taking more and more time now, just doing stuff behind the scenes. And because it's a small farm way, it's always going to take time, but at least you can get a lot of things done in that time, you know what I mean? Compared to the organic farm where you're working for 3 hours on one task and you only get one task done, where in 3 hours here we got both those fields mowed, headed, and baled and put away in 3 hours. So can this thing pick up 3 bales at a time? By golly, it can. It's not liking it. I mean, like the... Ooh, don't tip over. The machine's doing fine. The actual bale spike isn't enjoying it so much. I'm surprised that worked, though. I'm really surprised that worked. And I'm just buggering it all up again. Typical. And it's starting to rain. Well, at least we got most of the hay put away before it started to rain. And we'll have to come around and get the other 3 here too. So I'm going to finish this up and get some things put away. And I'll probably see you once we get out into that field spreading some lime and fertilizer. And yes, I know you wouldn't technically be doing this in the rain. You would want to put it down before the rain, so then the rain has the time to wash everything in, but it's raining and the game doesn't care, so I need to get this done. And we're just going to do it. So I'm going to spread some lime on this field. As you can see, it does need a decent amount. And it's also going to need a boatload of fertilizer. And I have moved the lime and fertilizer in the seed bags over into the shed. So we're going to have to go over there and pick some of that up. I don't think we're going to have enough lime in the one bag that's over here to do this whole field. But I guess we'll find out pretty soon, won't we? So I finished putting lime down on this field and the field over there that actually needed it. And now I'm going to call up the dealership and see if they can actually come up and quickly help me figure out how to get this turned into actual grass. I think they'll probably come up with a tractor and some sort of a plow to help make this a little bit deeper for me and maybe even a little bit closer to the road. Because when I cut this grass, I don't physically get any like grass off of it, like grass clippings. So I'm going to get them to come up and plow this out quick, so then we can seed this in with actual grass seed to hopefully make our field a little bit bigger for next time. Do we really need it? No, we don't, because as it sits right now, we have 85,500 liters of hay in this shed. It's not including the bales over there or whatever in the sheep. We have 85,500 liters of hay sitting right here, which is pretty good for the first cutting, but I want more. I always want more. So we're going to do that. When they're up here doing that, I'm also going to spread some fertilizer on the grass field over there. In this grass field, I'll probably have to buy more lime as well to spread onto the newer section. And I'll have to fertilize that as well and seed it. So I'm going to do all that off camera here quickly. And I'll see you when that's done. The farm is changing. It's changing a lot. Yes, some beautiful tomatoes. So I've been thinking. Now, I did just expand this grass field over here. And I've got everything done with the other ones as well. As you can see, this is all grass. So we're going to have an even bigger yield out of this field for the next cut. We originally got 9 bales out of this. So I'm hoping this brings it up to 10, maybe 11 bales. Even if we can get 12, that would be even better, of course. And we're sitting at perfect across the board there. We just need to roll, and we do not own a roller. That is the only thing that is holding us back by 2.5%. And that would be in all our fields. Now, I've got chickens, and now we have sheep. And obviously, small farms, homesteads, focus on animals normally. So obviously, I want to get cows. I'm thinking about getting horses. As much as I would love to get horses, I'm still kind of on the fence. And I'll run over here and I'll talk to you why I'm on the fence about them. Is if we go into the pens here that we can get for horses. Let's just start with horses. The standard base game one is $55,000 for 5, which is just absurd. I've got this one here that can hold 8, which is a whole building and outbuilding and pasture for $25,000, and then I've got the open ranch set as well for $5,000, which can hold 25, which isn't bad at all. I could use the fenceless one, the same as the sheep. I can hold 8 for $10,000. I still got to give them water, oats, and hay, or sorghum. Now, it's all about oats. Technically, to get horses to breed, you need to feed them oats, and you need to give them bedding, which is straw. I just watched a video on this, and the price per animal, there isn't a very high turnaround, because it's just like pigs, where they don't actually produce anything. They don't even produce manure if you give them straw. So it's literally, you're just selling the animals, and it takes about 36 months to be able to sell a fully matured animal, right? I think it's 36, so you can get a couple of offspring. In between 24 and 36 months, I think, is the ideal time to sell an animal that's a horse. So there's that. And then we've got another one, and obviously I would like to get a little building or something just to make it look a little bit better, you know, just so it's not just that over and over and over again. That's 20,000, that can hold 5. I do really like the look of this one, but it can only hold 2, so that's even worse. Now, I want to get cows at some point too, and I want to get this one right here. the self-made cow shed. It's on in the in-game mod hub. It can hold 45 cows, and it's $36,500. So it's pretty cheap. And now I'm kind of thinking this isn't today or any means, probably not even this year. If I take out some of these trees, I could butt this up pretty nicely right there and still not really block our entrance. And that would really help divide this section to this section, right? So if you can kind of get what I'm saying, it would be right there. The trees would be gone, and you drive in, you get the cows on the one side, you got storage on the other, and you got sheep over there. Because I do want to get cows. 45 cows is more than enough for a small farm. Like, more than enough. I think 30 would probably be bang on what you would want. I don't think I would really want anything more than 30, to be honest with you. Now, pigs. I honestly like the idea of pigs. The problem is just like horses, they don't produce anything other than manure. And they do slurry as well, as long as you got a correct pen. But if you look down here, look at everything that they take. Now, that's normally a very daunting task to grow all these crops and or buy all the pig food in. However, doing pigs, I think, got a lot easier with the introduction of Omatada's open air garden, because here you can do lettuce, sugar beet, potato, cotton, strawberries, sunflowers, soybeans, tomatoes, and corn, which I'm pretty sure is all 4 of the main groups that you need. And all this takes is water. You can do it with just water, you can do it with manure and seeds. Like, very cheap. $2,000. If you placed 4 of these down, then you can have one producing every food type that you need for these pigs. And to be honest with you, I normally stay away from pigs because of the food costs. But if I can grow it all in-house in a small area without needing a combine or anything, I think it really opens up the door for pigs a lot more. Like, I could put one behind the house here, put another one there if I really wanted to. Might have to cut down that tree, maybe clear a bit of this land. But then I'm doubling down on greenhouses. So this is where I'm asking your opinion. One greenhouse to add a little bit of income coming in, which is nice, it's fine. I don't find anything wrong with it. But if I start plunking down 4, 5, 6 greenhouses, is that going to make it too easy to print money? So I want you to let me know down below in the comments if you guys are okay with more greenhouses, or if you'd rather keep the greenhouses just to 1 or 2. Right? Like, I'm more than willing to put one of these down, because I still want to get one of these, the open air gardens, because they're cool and they get a cover in the wintertime and it's just neat. And I think it would be cool to grow corn here. Corn and sunflowers, 2 tall crops, and you can grow 2 of them at the same time and they actually show up in the plots together, which is really neat. So I'd like to get one regardless. But is it something that we could use to our advantage type thing? So that's what I'm concerned about there. I'd also, eventually I want to get into the maple syrup too, but it takes up some space. So maybe that's something that we'll put over here when we clear out all this area. If it'll even fit in this area, I don't really know. It's a pretty large thing. And then we've also got grapes and olive trees, which, I don't know, I don't really think grapes and olives would be a small farm thing, but you never know. Different places, different strokes for different folks, you know. And bees. I am planning on getting some bees at the same time, but a large bee hive is $19,000. There is no point in getting the smaller ones, because the one underneath of it is $12,500 and you get 10. For the $19,000 one, you get 33. So it's over doubled, tripled even. And you're not tripling the price. So it'd be silly not to get the largest one possible. And then we can start making some honey. And these are all little things that can bring in income. I would want to save throughout the year, not just necessarily at the end of the year, because then we have just a boatload of money in the wintertime coming into spring. And we'll do a spring buy like we just did in the previous episode. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not a habit that I personally want to get into too much. I'd much rather sell some tomatoes here and there just to keep the bank balance going up, and if we gotta buy feed or sell a little bit of hay to make ends meet or whatever the case may be. I gotta figure out where I want to grow to the size that I want to grow. And I think I'm gonna do most of my growing within animals. And with this land that we have here, like it's a decent size, but it's nothing big enough. Like if we turned all this area, like if we turned everything here in this block, and hell, even this one behind the house, into arable fields, not including our 2 grass fields, that's still not going to be a very big arable field compared to field 25, which is a pretty good sized field. This whole space, all 3 of these plots, this one, and that one, is still probably only going to be the size of field 24 by the time everything's all said and done. So it's not, the arable side of things just isn't going to work on our farm. And most small farms, it's not going to anyways. So that means we are going to have to put most of our focus into animals. It's just how are we going to do that? So I am planning, that's one of my goals, is to get a cow shed put up somewhere here. And the other question I wanted to ask you is, do you know how to remove these? Like these sticks? On the my one series, I was able to plow these out, and then the map actually got a update to where you can paint over them. But this, you can't paint over them. I even tried to come up here with a plow and plow through this all, and I couldn't do that either. Oh, it's field info. Oh yeah, because, see, a bit of a plow mark. So I was able to, I plowed it all up, and it didn't disappear, so then I painted over it again. And it still didn't disappear. So I don't know. I've tried to level it over it, tried to raise, lower, everything like that, and it doesn't disappear. So if you know how to make these things disappear, that'd be great. Because eventually I'd like to turn this into a yard that's maybe not just all dirt and sticks and little bushes, you know? So we're gonna go into tomorrow and see what we can get up to. I think I might sell this tomorrow. It works. With our new weight on our tractor, we can pick up 2 hay bales with it. But now that we have a skid steer, I think this is kind of counter, like, it just doesn't fit the same. Because we got the skid steer and a trailer, that's going to be faster than taking 2 bales at a time with the tractor, if you know what I mean. So we're going to run that back down to the store tomorrow and sell it. Is there anything in the used vehicle market? Big ass combine, a truck. It's a weird paint scheme. Windows, antennas. Oh, this is one of the Brazilian trucks. I don't even know what next to those. And it's not giving me the combinations button. But if we do get cows, I'd probably start feeding them hay for the first bit. But then we can get a small feed mixer like this. And for bale wrapper to start off with, we could even just lease one of these. I would really like to do the sausage tubes, especially for just leasing it. But this one crashes my game for some reason. Yeah, or at least it did. I don't know if it still does, and I'm not going to try it out now. But, yeah. Anyways, we'll see you in the morning. Look at the beautiful grass field. It's all meshed together. All looks good. It's all the same height. Apparently it's growth stage 2. Not bad. The other field over here might not look so pretty though. It's probably not going to look so good. Yeah, this one doesn't look quite as good. Now, I could plow this up too, but the field boundary, like where we own, is kind of like here-ish. Kind of along that line there. And that would make it so we had no space to drive around this field in case it's ever not grass. but it could also extend it out to where these two fields are the same, and even plow out a little closer to the tree line here. I will want to keep these two separate fields though, in case for whatever reason we do want to do potatoes or something out of the ordinary. We've got choices, but this field is ready to harvest, but it's only in the first ready to harvest state. So I'm going to wait till this field is, or the bigger field is caught up with the smaller field here. So everything gets on the same cut schedule. There's no sense of me coming in and cutting that small field just by itself. Just no point. So I'm going to run down to the store here now with the bale grab, as I'm just buggering up traffic. That's going to take a little bit, and we'll see if there's anything in the used vehicle sales today that piques our interest. And if not, then we'll see what kind of price we could get for tomatoes to see if we should sell any of those. Might do a well, we don't really have that big of a fertilizer, so I don't want to say we'll do a fertilizing contract or anything like that. But I mean, we could do another grass cutting contract, but I think we're decent on money right now, so I don't really want to be doing too many contracts. But man, is it nice having hydraulics being able to hook up. Sure is nice. So down here at the store, we'll see how much they'll actually give us for this. Apparently it'll cost $79 to repaint the damn thing already. But we'll get $1,934 from it, which isn't too bad. Let's repair our tractor while we're here. Doesn't look like it needs to be repainted. Doesn't look to be too much wear on the paint, at least. So I don't think we need to repaint it. I don't think we need to spend the $2,000 on that. Well, looks like that Massey finally is getting worked on. That's nice to see. I'm sure the owner of that would definitely be nice to, happy to get it back. Looks like a decent little tractor. So I'm just going to go in and talk to the guys here at the store, see if there's anything going on or anything that they could use a hand with. Because there's not much going on our farm today, other than the price for tomatoes. That's the only thing I wanted to check. Because we've got 2,000 liters storing inside, which means we have 5 pallets sitting outside. So we've got probably a full trailer load. Tomatoes. Okay, so we've got a price of over $1,000 at the Christmas booth for farm goods. That's not bad. That's really good, actually. That's really good. So you know what? We are going to run back to the farm, hook onto that trailer, and load up as many tomatoes as we can and go sell that. They did open up a little farmer's market right by Johnson's Farmer's Market. So there's a little market outside now too for different vendors and whatnot. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. A couple of extra sell points, you know. So we're gonna run up to the store or the farm, load up on those, and then we'll go see the new farmer's market. And there we are, fully loaded with all our tomatoes. I'm sure you saw that, and it was absolutely horrific for me, so I'm assuming it was horrific for you to watch me trying to load this truck up with the skid steer. At first it wasn't too bad, and then I was like, ooh, I could pick up 2 at a time. Which that just overcomplicated everything, and it all went to hell from there. I should have just used the auto-loading trailer. It would have all fit on the trailer, but oh no. Oh no. Can we power out of this one? Can we? Can we? Can we power out of it? We powered out of it. My golly. Yeah. It's a fairly slow day on the farm, which, being a small farm, that's just, you get your days where you just don't have much to do. You take care of the animals, and that's about it. So, we're taking some of our products down to the local farmer's market here. Just on the other side of the tracks, actually. We'll want to slow down for these tracks because they're pretty rough. And that van's going to pull out right in front of me. Yep. And here we are at the little farmer's market that they've got set up here. They've got a little spot for maple syrup. They've got a Christmas shack market thing that's does eggs and different produce and stuff, which is pretty cool. Apparently that's German. We've got a little egg hut here. This guy buys eggs. We'll probably be selling eggs to you. I wonder what I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you Craig. Hi, Craig. I probably won't remember your name. And then they have a little ice cream cart here too. Cool Tractor Ice Cream. Contains milk from extraordinarily happy cows. Wow. Very cool. Maybe I gotta get myself some happy cows. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy, I'm blocking you. So, I think this place takes tomatoes. They should. Are they selling? Oh yeah, our money's going up. Yep. This should be just over $4,500, I think. All in all. And what's our total? $4,925, and we got an extra $360 from the environmental score. That's not bad. Over $5,000 just for a couple of months of giving a greenhouse some water and making tomatoes. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I can't complain about that. But what I can complain about is my horrific driving. I swear I'm better at this in real life than I am in the game. That's for sure. Oh boy. So there is a contract that I would kind of like to do, and it's a harvesting contract. And the reason why I want to do a harvesting contract is because, well, we're not a arable farm, so it would still be nice to get that variety in the series. Because I know we're going to be cutting a lot of grass in this series. We're going to be tedding a lot of hay, and eventually we might be making silage too. But that's not right now. So it's going to be a lot of repetitive jobs. So if I can get in a harvest contract once a year or whatever, that kind of breaks it up a little bit, you know? So I think I'm going to accept that harvest contract and probably do it in the next episode. I know for some reason I always seem to make one episode a lot longer than the other. So like the last episode was a decent length. I don't know exactly how long it will be because I haven't edited it yet. But this episode, we didn't do much. The most we did was me doing stuff off camera. We put away the hay while I was talking. That was horrific. We made that field larger, seeded it, limed it, fertilized it, limed and fertilized the other field as well. Sold our tomatoes, sold our old bale grab. I proposed the question on greenhouses to you, and we saw how easy it is to make money off of a standard greenhouse, let alone an Omatata greenhouse, because that one can do corn, sunflowers, soybeans. I'm pretty sure like it can do a lot of stuff, like a lot. We almost have a full pallet of eggs too, so that'll be nice to sell. Get some money back from our chickens for the first time in this series. I think we're on, I don't even know what episode this is, 8 or so. We haven't made any money back from our chickens yet. We've just been giving them food and watching them grow. Speaking of our chickens, let's just do a check on our animals here. Chickens, we've got 5 batches of 16 now. Those are 0 months, 4 months, 6 months, 2 months, and 14 months. So we're getting up there in chickens, that's for sure. We've got 80 out of 100, so we're almost there. Almost there. So they'll start producing more eggs than what we have here at a quicker rate. And our 12 sheep, doing good. They need a little bit more water. They're still full on grass, working on that hay bale that's in their trough. Yeah. They're 9 months old, 20% done on their reproduction, so we'll be seeing probably another 12 sheep by wintertime, which will be awesome. They are producing us wool. That says 172 liters. Does that mean we have a full pallet of wool over here? We have a full pallet already? No, we don't. No. Well, drat. It's just 172 liters. But look at them, just running around, being happy, doing their things. But yes, this contract. Plan on doing this one. We can do these ones, but I figured these ones just have trucks. This one's got a Kubota. It's a bit smaller. Field 5. This one up here. So it's a bit further of a drive, because I'm pretty sure it's going to the farmer's market. Decent sized field. It's definitely, there's one for a lot more, which I think is field 44. 44 is a lot bigger of a field too. Yeah, field 44. That's 17.2 acres. The local co-op is 15. So at least this time, for this harvest that we're going to do, we're getting a John Deere harvester with a header trailer, Kubota tractor, and a Kloss trailer. So I'm going to borrow items. And that actually worked, apparently. So if we tab through, bada bing, bada boom. We got our harvester, header trailer, tractor, and trailer. Right on. Well, I'm not going to start this harvest in this episode. It's going to be for next. But what I am going to do is get all the equipment up to the field, so we can get right into it on the next episode. You know? Kind of split it up a little bit, but not too much. At least you know what you're getting when the next episode comes out, right? No cliffhangers here. I don't want to leave you dying in suspense. This is what we're going to be doing next episode. So, with that said, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode and the series. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know down below in the comments section. That's what they're there for. Obviously, if you liked the video, liking it would definitely help and make me feel better. And if you like me and you like what I do here, hit that subscribe button. Lets me know that I'm doing an A-OK job and you're liking the stuff that I'm putting out. And you might as well ring that bell if you're hitting that subscribe button too, because my upload schedule is all over the place. So it's always better to be safe rather than sorry. So with that said, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.